Welcome to Transworld Sport. This week we scale new heights in Borneo at the climax of the Skyrunning World Series. We all know that when it comes to sporting challenges, humans perform best at sea level. Above 2,500 meters, altitude sickness becomes the enemy. Some say it's like a hangover. You feel sick, dizzy, nauseous, fatigued, or worse. It's not uncommon for fatalities to occur due to a heart attack or stroke. In mountaineering guidebooks, they suggest the best way to avoid altitude sickness is to climb slowly. But nobody told the runners to take it easy on Mount Kinabalu recently at the International Climbathon in Borneo. Mount Kinabalu's name comes from the words Akinabalu, which translates as revered place of the dead. It was believed that when a person died, his soul would wander up to the peak of the mountain, where it would find its final resting place. When people today reach the summit, they make offerings to the dead as a precaution against bad luck. Mount Kinabalu is located near the northern tip of Borneo, a few hours' drive inland from the Paradise Island beaches and clear blue oceans of the Sabah region's capital, Kota Kinabalu. With a population of about 700,000, KK is a tourist portal to the region's treasures and one of the fastest growing cities in Malaysia. The Mount Kinabalu International Climbathon was first held 23 years ago. Now, thanks to the work of the International Skyrunning Federation, it's considered the toughest mountain race in the world.
It came about after a bet about the way that forest wardens could be trained. And then they decided to make a competition out of it, and subsequently opened it to everyone. After 3 to 4 editions, they understood the importance not only of the race, but also the importance of the mountain to promote Sabah and Malaysia in the world. With a resource such as this, you can see how very easy it is.
Skyrunning is the brainchild of Italian Marino Giacometti, now president of the Federation of Sport at Altitude.
Mount Kinabalu has been one of our destinations for the last 8 years, and it's become the symbol of skyrunning, because you can start from a park and reach the summit of a very high mountain and come back down again, all very quickly.
It's 8.5 kilometers from start line to summit. In total, the technically challenging race is about 21 kilometers, with the competitors having to run down the 4,100-meter high mountain once they've reached the top. Anna Frost is a PE teacher who took up mountain running 7 years ago. She's one of the main contenders for the overall women's skyrunning world title and a favourite for the Mount Kinabalu race.
You get better if you practice, but I think it's something mental as well. You've got to have no fear, and you have to have confidence that you can land where you want and move with the rocks when they move.
Another of the favourites is Spain's Núria Picas.
You've got to know how to save energy on the way up, as the descent is tough, and if you fall, the consequences could be serious, even fatal. But if your technique is good, you will stand a fair chance.
Series leader Emanuela Brizio of Italy was looking to retain her skyrunning world title ahead of the series finale in Borneo.
I don't think there are any secrets. I think you're either born with this skill, or very rarely sometimes you can develop it through training. You can improve a bit like this, but the most important thing is not to be scared of launching yourself on the way down, of tackling the descent. You have to run down exactly the same way as you run up. It's instinct.
During the weekend, the elite women and veteran men race on the Saturday and the elite men on the Sunday. Ahead, the steepest skyrun event on the calendar, with a vertical climb of 2,250 metres in just over 8 kilometres. The first documented ascent of the mountain took 4 days back in 1851. Now a tourist can climb it in 48 hours. The skyrunning record is just 1 hour and 35 minutes. It doesn't leave much time to admire Mother Nature's great works.
To be honest, I don't see much of what is around me during the race. I'm very focused on myself, my opponents, on the reactions of my body.
A lot of the time you forget to look around. I've been trying to tell myself a lot more this year to take a moment just to have a look up and have a look around. Often with these sky running races, you're running on very technical land and trails. So it means that you've got to pay attention all the time, and you just don't have the chance to look up and have some time to take up the views. But you know it's there, and occasionally you get a glimpse of what's out there.
The summit is very beautiful. However, when you're descending, you cannot lose concentration even for a second, because not paying attention would simply mean that you would fall over.
Nearly 460 runners from 33 countries take part in the two-day event. Amongst the women, downhill expert Pikas takes a surprise win, breaking the tape in 3 hours, 28 minutes and 7 seconds. Behind her, Frost, who was first to the summit, is second. Not enough to win the outright title, and also not enough to deny Brizio in third, a second straight skyrunning World Series title.
I got third place. I'm over the moon with this position, because it's given me the title again this year.
Sunday's men's race is led from start to finish by Marco De Gasperi. The Italian knocks over 3 minutes off his previous record set 6 years ago, finishing in 2 hours, 33 minutes and 56 seconds. Meanwhile, third place for Spain's Toffol Castaña guarantees him his first world title. Next week, we'll look at the history of skyrunning, from its first appearance on Transworld Sport 18 years ago.